Yo, what's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here, and we are live with a comic book store haul from a comic book store that I go and purchase my stuff from a lot of the time. I wanted to share with you what the haul was because I thought it was pretty cool. And, sometimes it's just getting like newer issues of stuff I'm reading or just adding to the backlog of stuff that I have yet to dive into. So, let me grab everything here. The first thing I want to tap into is wanted to make sure nothing fell. This is like the whole Connect thing where it's got like, all the latest stuff. Like, the big thing is Batman and Deadpool and all these like Marvel Comics crossovers that we're about to get. For example, there's like a Batman Beyond and Static Shock thing that's going to happen down here. Let's see. So yeah, we do have Batman Deadpool #1. And they have some additional images here of like Doctor Doom and the Joker. They've got Robin and Gambit, Batman Deadpool. They've got X-23 Wolverine and Nightwing. They've got Doctor Strange and Constantine, which I really want to read. There's Wonder Woman and Captain America. There's the Punisher and Batman, which very much looks like they're at odds here. There also appears to be a Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, Emma Frost and Catwoman. Let's see, a Lobo and Deadpool. There's a lot to be excited about with some of these crossovers, and they're going to be very fun. Yeah, there's one here showing like, okay, yeah, no, I already talked about those. Okay, but yeah, there is like another thing that looks pretty exciting. Let me, because I wanted to talk about it a little bit, but I wanted to see if I could just find the page that it's on. Yeah, these are all the Absolute series, which looks really cool. Yeah, all the updates of the new issues. Oh yeah, Batman Dark Patterns, which I have been picking up issues of. Issue 12 is coming out in November, and it looks like that is going to conclude that series, which I'm all for. I'm all for having series that have like a definitive start and end point. Detective Comics 1103 looks like it has. Does that have Montoya or something? Looks like a very detective adventure. I always like those Batman stories where they kind of bring him back to kind of the roots of being a detective there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not finding the story. I know it is part of DC's Black Label, and I just wanted to see if I could find the image here. But yeah, Batman Static Beyond #1. That's so cool. So cool to see them cross over. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Gabriel Hardman writes and draws a hard-boiled modern twist on the DC societal thrillers of the 1980s. This is going to be awesome. This is November 26th of this year. Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question, Arcadia #1. So I asked my local comic shop if they would like hold an issue for me because I live out of town, so I drive in, go visit them. So it says here, from the decaying husk of Hub City, Vic Sage, The Question, goes deep undercover on a trail of a human trafficking operation in the frozen Arctic. Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, pushed out by his own company's C-suite, must get his crumbling life back together. But what is Queen Industries' involvement with a mysterious project dubbed Arcadia? Spurred on by the question, Green Arrow joins the hunt for answers, but one obstacle stands in the way of their investigation: the Batman. So I wonder why the Batman is in the way of this. Like, it would seem like, would he not want to also investigate this unless there's something going on here? So it says here, writer-artist Gabriel Hardman comes to the DC Black Label, which has been, like Batman Damned. I think Joker had a series. Constantine shows up in there with Batman. And it's very dark, like R-rated comics. There might be a lot of violence or maybe some sexual imagery and stuff like that. So the Black Label has been a way to really appeal to more of the adult readers and to tell darker stories. So this one says, Gabriel Hardman comes to DC Black Label with a hard-boiled modern twist on the DC societal thrillers of the 1980s, updating this opinionated trio of lone wolf vigilantes for an era of open-class warfare and ecological collapse. Dude, that sounds crazy. But I'm absolutely here for that. You know what? I haven't been following this Batman Gotham by Gaslight. It says A League for Justice #5. So yeah, that one looks kind of interesting. Part of the Elseworlds line, and I really like Gotham by Gaslight. I've never read more beyond the initial series there, so that could be interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to tap into some of this stuff before we get into the actual haul. I just think that there's a lot of exciting and innovative issues along the way, and I've really liked what DC's Black Label has done, and so I'm very excited about that one. Excited to read that. Okay, so they're doing more of their compact comics. The Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is going to be part of that. And the compact comics are usually $9. I think I picked up a new one if I remember right. Let me see. Nope. No, I didn't get one this time. But that's because I got some bigger, graphic novel compilation type stuff. Yeah, I just wanted to double check here and see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. I don't think so. I think we've hit it. But yeah, these are really nice. So, as we get into the actual haul, I have Absolute Superman #10. I get it without a glare there. This has been a really cool series, and I need to catch up. I'm way behind on my reading. I spend so much time creating gaming content for the channel, and I'm trying to revamp some of the way I approach the Aaron Shack Politics channel. I wanted to really have some different conversations, maybe some interviews, and also read some books and pull some insight from those surrounding some of the topics we discuss. The next one here is Superman Action Comics, Vision of Destruction. This is issue number 1089. I'm actually a little behind, like I said, on pretty much everything. Batman Dark Patterns #9. So I got that right here. I've just liked the art style. I've liked the sort of detective story. Then I picked this up. This is Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum #1. This is part of DC's Black Label. So we'll see what that's all about. The green part is keying out on our green screen here. Then this one looked really interesting. This is Batman Harley Quinn, and it has some art on the cover. That is Alex Ross's depiction of Joker and Harley, and That'll be a really cool issue to check out. Now, next, I have read a lot of the year ones of various superheroes. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I know there's also Earth One, which is a great like jumping on point for people to just like read about different characters because I know like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and I think Hal Jordan, Green Lantern have had year one like graphic novels about them. This is Superman year one, and it is here DC's Black Label, and it looks like this. Trying to see if they had like a date. I wasn't actually fully sure when this dropped. I kind of missed this one, and it does look really cool, but I'm not. I don't know if I'm seeing it. Oh, 2025. Copyright 2019. Okay. Okay, so it's a compilation of the magazine year 1 through 3, copyright 2019. Okay, so that might give us an idea. Yeah, it might have just been something that I missed. And like Batman's year 1 and some of his like origin stories of that have been compiled into like Batman Beyond, or not Batman Beyond, Batman Begins, and Robert Pattinson's The Batman is heavily like year 1 inspired. But yeah, this looks really cool. I wanted to just kind of explain here. It's Frank Miller, writer Frank Miller of The Dark Knight Returns, Ronin, Sin City, and of course one of my favorite artists, John Romita Jr. Love his father too. Iron Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Kick-Ass, bring their renowned storytelling talents to bear as they imagine the formative trials that young Clark must undergo to claim his place in our world. So yeah, this is a really cool one. As he learns to balance the grave responsibilities of his powers against their limitless possibilities, Clark must also build his humanity, just like everybody else, one relationship at a time. Greater than a superpowered adventure, more powerful than a coming-of-age tale, Superman Year One is a visceral exploration of the fundamental importance of choice in this American icon's journey into heroism. So, yeah, it looks really cool. Like, the art looks gorgeous. I think some other characters, even Batman, makes an appearance. But, like, yeah, there's some really dope art. And I'm always interested. I'm always interested because it's definitely a conversation starter to talk about stuff like that. Now, this one is really cool. They have done a radio show of this, a renowned radio show. They have done a TV show, or not a TV show, a animated film based on this. And now I have the book for this. This is Superman Smashes the Klan, and if you don't know which Klan it is, it's the Triple K. So yeah, this is #1 New York Times best-selling author of American-born Chinese, Jean Luen Yang, and Goody Hiro, if I said that right. Clever and timely conversation on reclaiming identity and acknowledging one's full worth. It said the courage of the Lee family, and of course Superman might inspire readers of all ages to do the same, to be outspoken, to stand up, whether you can fly or not. It's stories like Superman Smashes the Klan that truly showcase why Superman is a universally relatable character. So this might slip its way onto my recommend list of like, people will ask me like, okay, since you're a big fan of Superman, like what should I read to get into the character or to learn that he's not just this overpowered god? What's up, Fargo? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're doing a quick little comic book haul. We've kind of gotten through most of the stuff, so you can definitely watch the VOD here. We're kind of on the last one right now. Let's see. It says Yang's sensitivity to the social and political dynamics of difference and assimilation injects the storyline with new life and resonance. I want to read the summary here so that you guys can get an idea of what Superman Smashes the Klan is all about. The year is 1946. Teenagers Roberta and Tommy Lee just moved with their parents from Chinatown to the center of Metropolis, home to the famous hero Superman. Tommy makes friends quickly, while Roberta pines for home. Then one night the family awakens to find their house surrounded by the Clan of the Fiery Cross. Yeah, we seem to know a clan in America that lit crosses in people's front yards, right? Let's see. Superman leaps into action, but his exposure to a mysterious green rock has left him weak. Can Roberta and Tommy help him smash the Klan? Inspired by 1940s Superman radio serial Clan of the Fiery Cross, New York Times best-selling author, we've already said this, of American-born Chinese boxers and saints, The Terrifics and New Superman, and artist Gurihiru, Avatar The Last Airbender, and The Unstoppable Wasp, bring us a timely personal story of immigration, battling adversity, and finding home. And this is part of DC's graphic novels for young adults. So this was actually in the young adults section, so I was like, I know this is a story probably tailored more to younger people, but like this definitely resonates with the times that we're in, and it definitely taps into a lot of like American history as well, which we should not be afraid to confront and discuss the issues around this stuff. It's got some good art, and I look forward to cracking into that one. But I do believe that is all of my comic book haul for this episode. Here in a few minutes, we are going to pivot over to yet another stream where we're going to play Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So we're going to get some things going there. Yeah. Oh, we got a new super chat here by Fargonaut. He says, before you go, can I ask you a non-comic book centric question? Okay. Do you snore? And if so, how loud? I do not snore. I've gotten official reports. I'm not a snorer. Do you also talk in your sleep and or sleepwalk? I've not had any of those issues, I believe. I believe I probably would have been promptly alerted to that. So, but yeah, never had those struggles. I don't believe I've had night terrors either. Yeah, I think I only snore when I'm trying to mess with people. I'll just pretend to be asleep and make little snoring noises. So I guess I'm quite lucky in that respect, because I know a lot of my family members, and I think my brother as well, I think they have sleep apnea, and you gotta like put the whole machine on, do that whole deal. It's definitely not super fun, right? Okay, so Delta Snake Eater is fully installed here. We'll just kill some time chatting here while I get a few things set up for that stream, because I want to make sure the game is downloaded, and then we also have I have some codes with which to enter as well. That's how people know you're awake, because you're snoring. If you really were sleeping, you probably wouldn't be snoring. Well, I mean, for me, yeah, if I'm like joking, yeah. But like, there are people that are obviously actually asleep that do snore, yeah. I just kind of do it as a joke, I just mess with people. It can be fun at times. Let's see. So yeah, this code here for Metal Gear Solid is going to be for the Tuxedo and Sneaking DLC pack. So there's a whole bunch of camos and masks and face paints and all sorts of stuff. It's a lot of codes here. I thought I'd do this before we actually kick up that live. Yeah, so that looks like the white tuxedo is its own code there. Go ahead and download that. No, when I do it for fun, it's a joke. I think all the people around me know, for the most part, that I don't snore. Yeah, I just kind of quietly slip away and go to sleep whenever I'm lucky enough to actually sleep, you know? Because we do spend a lot of time gaming and doing a lot of stuff on the channel, and I always put on a show to watch before I go to sleep, so it's like that can keep me awake as well, so the very few moments where I slip away into the darkness. There it is, yeah. It'd be funny if I snored? That's crazy. I wish you did snore for real. It'd be funny. I appreciate the super chat, but yeah. No, we don't have any records of that, yeah. So I guess I'm kind of lucky, and I will take that. I will definitely take that. I am almost done entering these codes. Yeah, it's definitely not the worst thing in the world. But it could definitely bug, you know, if you have a partner or if you sleep in a room with anyone else. If you're in like a dorm or any sort of setting like that, it could be super annoying. Yeah, because you really get those like snorting sounds and revving engines and whatnot when you're breathing in and out, so it is kind of a pretty wild disaster there. But yeah, overall, really cool haul here. Show everything off one last time. Of course, we've got our Marvel and DC crossovers and the Batman, The Question, and Green Arrow linking up for a new DC Black Label series. We've got Absolute Superman. We've got Action Comics. We've got Batman Dark Patterns. We've got Superman The Kryptonite Spectrum. And we have this Batman Harley Quinn issue that I thought looked really cool, as well as Superman Year One. And, of course, as I talked about here recently, Superman Smashes the Klan. Absolute banger here, which is also an animated thing, as well as having been a radio show. Give me 1 second here while we prep something. Yeah, I think that is pretty much all of the haul there, and I'm pretty excited to get in and read all that stuff. It has been a while, and I definitely need to catch up on some of those series. But here shortly, we're going to be starting Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater on the Xbox Series X. I do have the Tactical Edition, which does include the outfits and all that stuff. Hey, I appreciate the super chat. Snoring? I don't know. Lots of, snorting. And sometimes you gotta throw in the me on the exhale, right? You gotta get you gotta push out all that air, because some people always they have like a big, sort of a exhale after a big snore, after that big wind up, and then you gotta hit them with the classic like Disney movie me. So you gotta have the you gotta get a little snort in there, because Yeah, I mean, you got, you got to get a little gristle in there. So I have no idea. I have no idea. I just listen to the snores that happen in my proximity, and then I proceed to make noises that make fun of those people. All in good fun. But yeah, there it is. But yeah, that gets into the comic book haul. Stay tuned as we are going to transition here over to Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Of course, this video is going to still be available on the channel. You can catch it in the community feed if you need to like go back, rewind, any of that stuff. If you missed something, you can catch it then. So, I want to thank you for watching. Also, preceding this coverage, we did talk about Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2's update that comes out September 4th, as well as the roadmap that goes throughout the entire year of from now until 2026 quarter 4. Yeah, I'm definitely not. Yeah, this would not be the chair to sleep in. It's very upright. It's mesh. So it's very form-fitting, but yeah, it's not. I can't lean it back or anything. It's not very comfortable. I used to have a gaming chair that you could do like an angle probably like that, where you could actually like properly recline. Although I usually consider this studio a workspace, and I don't blend the sleeping. If I'm gonna sleep, I'm going to bed, man. I need to fully recline, So we'll see there. So once again, I want to thank you all for watching. Take care, be safe. We'll see you in a few minutes for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Take care, be safe. We'll catch you in just a few minutes here.